Nathan was an amateur filmmaker, using his drone to capture the quiet beauty of his country. What he thought was a simple shot of a tranquil flock of sheep grazing on the hillside turned out to be something else entirely. As he reviewed the footage the next day, his relaxed demeanor gave way to disbelief. A closer look revealed a mystery that left Nathan stunned, prompting him to question what his drone had actually recorded. "No, I cannot be seeing this right," Nathan whispered, rewinding the footage another time. He watched it again from the beginning, and his mouth fell open as he realized what he was looking at. He couldn't believe his eyes. But before we start our story, smash the like button, make sure to subscribe, and hit the notifications bell so you won't miss any new stories. He had just planned on a quiet day inside, editing the footage of yesterday and putting it all together into one final video. But seeing this made him change his mind. Quickly, he jumped up and packed his drone and some other supplies into his backpack. He made sure to also bring a bottle of water and some snacks, for he didn't know how long this excursion would take and when he would be back home again. But one thing he did know for sure: he needed to go back to that hillside. For a moment, he thought about calling a friend and asking him to join. He knew that his buddy Rick always enjoyed adventures like this, and he would have said yes in a heartbeat. However, his pride was too big. If this turned into something huge, he wanted to be the star, not share the fame with anyone else. This could be his big break, maybe even lead to his own movie deal. So Nathan jumped in the car alone and drove to the area where he had been shooting videos the previous day. He easily found the exact spot where he had parked his car, but he knew that it would be a bit more difficult to find that same field with those sheep again. The area was quite hilly and it all looked very much alike. He held his compass as he made his way through the fields. He knew that that specific hill was somewhere toward the east of where he had parked his car, and he assumed that if he kept walking in that direction, he would get there eventually. Of course, it would not be that easy, but he would find out soon enough. It had still been early in the morning when Nathan started his search for that hillside. By noon, he was getting tired of walking around so much, but he still hadn't found it. Or, well, that was what he thought. He had been walking for hours, and he had checked each side of every single hill that he could see in the area, but those sheep were nowhere to be seen. Nathan slowly started feeling like he was going crazy. With each hill that he passed, he felt like he had already been there before. He finally dropped down on a rock, at a loss for what to do next, and he took his phone. He had downloaded the drone footage earlier that morning, and he watched the video that he had taken the day before. Perhaps this would help him find the exact location. As he watched the footage, he continued looking around, comparing everything around him to the hill on his phone screen. And then he realized that he wasn't going crazy at all. In fact, he spotted the exact rock that he was sitting on at that moment right on his screen. He was exactly where he needed to be, on that same hillside that he was looking for. But something was wrong. The hillside and all the surrounding fields were empty. Those sheep from yesterday? They were nowhere to be seen. Nathan felt his heartbeat rising, and he knew that something strange was going on here. That bizarre footage, and then the sheep disappearing right the next day? This could not be a coincidence. Nathan realized that there had to be more to the story than he knew, and he was determined to find out the truth. As Nathan scans the empty fields, a figure approaches him. The man, dressed oddly for a hike, catches Nathan's eye. Without any sheep in sight, Nathan's focus shifts to this newcomer, wondering why he's here. The man's presence adds another layer of mystery to the day. Nathan pauses his search, intrigued by what the man might say, ready to learn if he knows anything about the missing sheep. The stranger reaches Nathan and, without any pleasantries, urges him to leave at once. His tone is urgent, his looks serious. Nathan is taken aback by the sudden warning. The man's insistence and quick glances around them suggest he knows more about the hillside's secrets. Despite the advice, Nathan's curiosity only grows. He watches the man, trying to gauge what might be so dangerous about this place. Nathan, though warned, feels a stronger pull to uncover the hillside's mysteries. The man's words hang in the air, but Nathan's resolve hardens. He watches the stranger begin to walk away, back towards the trees. Nathan's mind races with questions. What is the man hiding? What dangers lie ahead? Despite the risks, Nathan decides he can't turn back now, not when he might be close to discovering the truth. The mysterious man vanishes into the landscape, leaving Nathan alone on the desolate hillside. The stranger's departure fuels a sense of urgency in Nathan, who resolves to push forward. Determined to find answers, he ventures deeper into the hillside, leaving behind the comfort of familiarity for the unknown. Empty fields stretch out before him, but his resolve remains unshaken, convinced the truth lies just beyond the next hill. Nathan soon spots unnatural signs, stone piles, and large, uneven footprints scattered across the area. Crouching to inspect, he traces the irregular shapes with his fingers. His curiosity piqued. Documenting the anomalies with his phone, Nathan captures photos and videos, determined to unravel the mystery. As he works, a local police officer confronts him, questioning his presence on the hillside. Nathan explains his findings, showing the evidence he's gathered. Though polite, the officer is dismissive, urging Nathan to leave the investigation to authorities. The vague warnings deepen Nathan's suspicions, hinting at a cover-up. Unfazed, Nathan returns home and dives into research, scouring old news articles and online forums. He uncovers reports of missing animals and strange lights, eerily similar to his experiences. Sharing his findings online sparks interest in a local investigative journalist who contacts Nathan. Their discussions lead to an agreement to collaborate, combining their expertise to dig deeper into the hillside secrets. Over coffee, they plan their approach. Nathan will monitor the landscape with his drone, while the journalist investigates public records and interviews locals. Their combined efforts bring new leads as the journalist introduces Nathan to locals who've witnessed odd occurrences. Together, they broaden their investigation, piecing together a larger puzzle. To strengthen their efforts, Nathan and the journalist set up surveillance equipment across the hillside. They carefully position drones and motion sensor cameras, ensuring they remain hidden while capturing extensive footage. In their makeshift command center, they fine-tune their devices, optimizing angles and flight paths for maximum coverage. The initial nights yield nothing but wildlife footage. Despite this, Nathan and the journalist remain patient, reviewing hours of video each morning. Their perseverance is tested, but their determination never wavers, knowing that uncovering the truth takes time. One evening, Nathan's drone picks up movement, unmarked vehicles maneuvering through the hillside under the cover of darkness. The footage reveals individuals unloading cargo. Nathan records every detail, capturing undeniable evidence of suspicious activities. This breakthrough confirms their suspicions and propels their investigation into uncharted territory. Galvanized by the discovery, Nathan and the journalist strategize their next steps, knowing they must tread carefully. They organize their findings, preparing to share their evidence with the authorities. Despite the risks, they are united in their mission to expose the truth hidden within the hillside's shadows. One evening, Nathan spots unmarked vehicles moving through the hillside on the live drone feed. He records individuals unloading cargo in the darkness, confirming their suspicions. Nathan and the journalist compile the evidence and present it to the authorities, only to be met with skepticism. Subtly warned to drop the matter, they seek help from a trusted officer who hints at a deeper conspiracy and advises caution. Despite the risks, Nathan and the journalist decide to continue. To gain public support, they share their findings on social media, posting photos, videos, and detailed accounts. The story ignites public interest, sparking debates online and within the community. Some praise their courage, while others remain doubtful of their intentions. Amid the controversy, Nathan receives anonymous threats, yet his determination grows. The authorities are forced to acknowledge the issue, though their response remains minimal. Nathan and the journalist view this as a small victory and persist in engaging with the public through interviews and forums, calling for accountability. As threats escalate, Nathan takes precautions, enhancing security while continuing to work with the journalist. Their resolve strengthens as they strategize and prepare for the next phase. One day, Nathan receives an encrypted email containing hints about unexplored aspects of the mystery. Collaborating with the journalist, they decode the message, identifying a new site for investigation. Equipped with night vision cameras and communication devices, they navigate the rugged terrain under cover of darkness. At dawn, they discover barrels leaking chemicals into the soil, evidence of illegal dumping linked to environmental damage and wildlife disappearances. Their findings shift community skepticism to concern. A town meeting is organized where Nathan and the journalist present compelling evidence, galvanizing the community into action. Volunteers step forward to restore the hillside and hold those responsible accountable. Armed with concrete proof, Nathan and the journalist return to the authorities, who swiftly coordinate with environmental agencies. Arrests are made and cleanup operations begin. Nathan reflects on their journey, from initial doubts to impactful activism, and documents the recovery process, capturing the community's strength and resilience. During the cleanup, the mysterious man who once warned Nathan reappears. He reveals himself as a whistleblower from the company behind the dumping and thanks Nathan for his courage. The encounter highlights the complexity of the mystery and the importance of pursuing justice. As the hillside heals, Nathan feels a profound sense of accomplishment. His investigation exposed a major environmental crime and united the community in a shared mission. Standing on the recovering land, he contemplates the future with renewed purpose, ready to face new challenges and continue making a difference.